Chapter 16 Ruler of the Seas. Images of what the Blue Edge had shown him flashed in Koby's dreams. Angry sea creatures turned against each other with wearers of the Edge in the middle, attempting to stop the fighting. Sharks and fish were at odds with one another, though not for predatory reasons. Koby felt conflicting emotions bubbling underneath, one side angry, the other side temperate. He felt the intensity of the emotion rise as the numbers of each side grew higher, the wearer of the Edge getting smaller as the crowds overwhelmed them. Koby saw himself suddenly in the middle of it all, the predators on one side and the prey on the other, all clashing together in a cacophonous sound of horns that woke Koby with a start, the room pitch black. Shaken, Koby tried to go back to sleep but couldn't. His mind was troubled by what he'd seen. He found some blue clothes laid out for him and began to wander the keep, hoping he could clear his mind. Though dark, the floors were illuminated like a runway, leading him through the keep, though to what destination he did not know. He followed the blue lights till he came to a spiral staircase, and ascended it, finding the blue lights continuing upwards till he came before a large door. It was different from the keep's surroundings. Even in the dark, Koby could see that. It appeared almost very light grey, and had indents of varying shapes, though he could not tell what they were. Something felt very wrong about the door, like it didn't belong, or whatever was on the other side, perhaps. Koby sensed something out of place. He went to touch the door when he heard a sound, a quiet whimper of someone on the other side. He recoiled in alarm and listened again. He heard the cry of a woman who sobbed within. "Hello?" said Koby. A flurry of movement could be heard, and something crashed into the door. "Who is there?" said a frantic female voice. Koby moved back from the door alarmed. "Who are you? Are you locked in there?" "I'm the Queen of Cerune," said the person on the other side of the door. "King Sidon is keeping me prisoner here. The Edge has driven him mad. He thinks I'm plotting to kill him, and so he's locked me in here. Can you help me? I need to get out." "The king locked you up?" said Koby, shocked. "Why would he do that to his wife?" "The man I married thinks me a traitor," she wailed. "He has kept me locked up in here and telling our people that I'm dead. I challenged his rule about the citizens who live outside the city, and he trapped me in here." Koby remembered what the king had said about the people outside the city, and the warning he'd been given. "What did you do?" asked Koby, somewhat hesitantly. "I suggested they be brought in rather than staying extracted from the city. He thought that was treason, and threw me in here." "How long have you been in here?" "3 weeks and 2 days," she replied. "I have a tally on the wall inside here, along with all the other strange objects he's kept." "You need to get me out of here," she pleaded. "Only the king can open this door. He keeps the key around his neck." Koby shook his head. "There's no way I could get it off him. You have to try. You are the only person who knows I'm locked in here. Please," she begged. Koby backed away. "I'll try," he said, unconvincingly, and fled down the stairs, listening to the cries of the woman until they disappeared as he reached the keep's main floor. Shaken, Koby managed to find his way back to his room, where he drifted off into a restless sleep. A bright light awoke Koby from his slumber. It radiated warmth like the sun as it shone from the roof. Koby's mind link informed him it was actually a small blue sun that emitted vitamin D rays to the darkened ocean floor. Dressed in a blue shirt and pants, Koby was about to leave when a guard knocked on his door. "You've been summoned by the king for breakfast. Please follow me." Putting on his shoes quickly, he followed the guard who led him through the keep. Dozens of small blue suns illuminated the keep, signifying the daytime. Through the bright lights, Koby saw all kinds of different sea creatures: fish, squid, octopi, whales, dolphins, orca, and things he couldn't recognize. Each had some human aspect to them, whether it's their faces, or arms, or legs. Some seemed like regular people, except they had scales upon their bodies. One thing Koby noticed instantly was they all stopped and stared at him as he went by. He heard whispers of Singularity as he walked past, and got varying emotions from different creatures. Some seemed excited to see him, others quickly moved away, flashes of anger appearing in their eyes. Koby walked into an open courtyard that had a clear roof. Within the courtyard was a coral garden of all varying blue hues and sized coral. A small group of blue-scaled girls were in the courtyard as Koby approached, and they all stopped and stared at him. Koby felt his cheeks flushing red as he walked by, embarrassed by their glances. "Excuse me," came a petite voice. Koby turned and saw one of the girls had stepped forward from the rest of the group. "Can you please take a photo with us?" she asked. "With me?" said Koby. "Yes, you are the Singularity, aren't you?" "I," stumbled Koby. "Yes, I am." "Oh my goddess," said the other girls. "I can't believe the Singularity is here." "He's a bit fat and hairy, though," said another. The group shushed her. "Be quiet, Lapis. You're ruining it for the rest of us." "The king awaits the Singularity," said the guard. "If you must take a photo with your fans, do it quickly." "Fans?" said Koby, confused. "Okay, we'll be quick," said the Scale Girl, and led Koby by the hand to the group. "Lapis, you take the photo." The girls lined up on either side of Koby, in the middle as Lapis stood before them, eyes narrowed. Koby felt the girls press themselves on him, their bodies rounded and appealing. They brought their arms around his shoulders and draped themselves off him. Koby kept his arms behind his back, feeling uncomfortable to touch them in the same way. "Okay, ready?" said Lapis. "Ready," came the response. Koby saw there was no camera and asked where it was, as Lapis blinked and he heard the sound of a shutter. "What's a camera?" said one of the girls. "Let's get one more picture. Singularity, you stay right there." The girls all pivoted and swapped positions. Two dropped down to their knees and hugged Koby's legs, while two pressed themselves against his shoulders and stared back at Lapis. Koby felt the soft flesh against his body and struggled to smile as Lapis blinked and the camera sound emanated. "The king awaits," said the guard, and Koby slowly disengaged himself from the four. Thank you," they gushed. "Lapis, have you shared it yet?" said one. "Oh, I got it. Wow, my caudal looks great." "Not as good as my pectorals in this one," countered another. "Have you uploaded it yet?" "Yes, it's up. Wow, it's already getting hits." Koby left the girls and followed the guard, baffled by what had just happened. He returned to the keep's interior that snaked and weaved, until he came to a small set of stairs with a view that surveyed the city. A figure sat alone at the table. "I was beginning to think you'd gotten lost," said King Sidon, rising from his seat. The king appeared refreshed and youthful, a warm smile upon his lips. Koby saw the blue edge upon his legs, and the thought of his wife locked up hit him. "Everything okay?" asked the king. "I'm fine," said Koby. "I'm just getting used to being here." "The life below the sea takes a little time," said the king. "My late wife was not from Cerune, and missed the sun in the sky terribly when she first got here." Koby choked on the water he'd been drinking as the king spoke, coughing and spluttering till he composed himself. "I'm sorry," said Koby. "Did you say your late wife?" Acting as though the news had startled him, he asked, "What happened?" "It saddens me to talk about her, Koby," replied the king. "I will not trouble you with it. Besides," he said, "now is the time for celebration. You will be welcomed to Cerune properly, with a parade through the city. I will give our people hope in these dark times." The king leaned back, appearing pained. "What is happening in the city?" asked Koby. "We are a nation divided, Koby. Those outside the city wish to breach the surface and expand our dominion to the lands of Gaia. However, I do not wish for more, as we have all we need." Koby remembered the dream he had of the two kinds of sea creatures clashing with him in the middle. "What does that have to do with me?" asked Koby, somewhat knowing the answer. "Unite us," said the king. "You are a beacon of hope. It is only through you that we can come together again. Show them the error of their ways, so that order can be restored," he said emphatically. Koby's mind raced. He wishes me to restore order? "You will speak to those who have left the capital, implore them to return and unite under their true king. They will be welcomed back, and our great city can be restored to its former glory. There is a lot of power in words, Koby. You would be surprised by their impact." "Why did they leave?" asked Koby. "Was expansion the only reason they left?" The king's pain remained, his eyes darting away. "They think my rule is weak. There are those who wish to overthrow me, Koby," he said, sounding paranoid. "But you, the Singularity, you are my greatest ally. Your words hold weight like no other. Together we shall flush out all those traitors in Cerune, and my rule shall endure," he finished, thumping the table. Koby's mouth moved faster than his brain. "Was your wife a traitor?" "I have exiled people for less, Koby. I will let it pass this once." Koby gulped. feeling the mood in the room change. The king held Koby's gaze and sighed. I'd hoped she'd have seen what she was doing was wrong, fraternizing with those of other colors. His tone was that of disgust. She betrayed the laws of Cerune. She spoke of wars over lands like those on the surface. She conspired against me and those outside our city borders, the outcasts and the deranged. They staged a coup against me, attacking city property, inciting violence. I had no choice, he finished, his voice barely over a whisper. Though it pains me that she is gone, I still love her, said the king. I miss her each day. I wish you could understand, but alas, the Queen of Cerune is a traitor. Koby remained quiet, remembering what the Queen had said about King Sidon in his madness. He thought of how he could free her, and asked, How much do you wear the edge? Why, every day, said King Sidon. It has sustained me well, into my twilight and beyond. I dare not take them off for long, lest my age finally catch up with me, he said with a cackle. How old are you? Asked Koby, hoping not to offend. I'm nearly 300, said the king plainly. 300? Said Koby, gobsmacked. Oh, yes, said the king. I am fitter than most 300-year-olds, though. As king, I can sustain my life through treatments and remedies beyond that of an ordinary citizen, though augmentation or modification is forbidden, like a consciousness transplant. No doubt, you've seen some of our citizens appearing like creatures you'd find under the sea. No? Koby nodded. A modification, you see, available through the man that brought you here to me, no doubt. Abe? The Lord Translucent we refer to him as. It's a formal title he has. It was he that gifted all the nations of Gaia the access to wondrous technologies. Just like on Earth, thought Koby. He came from the north and spread his technology far and wide, asking nothing in return. We changed our bodies to match that of our environment, though lineage was not to be tampered with, as one could easily be sustained indefinitely, if they wished to. Immortality? Said Koby. Indeed so. Take myself, for example. I could transfer my consciousness into that of a young man and continue ruling for another 300 years, said the king excitedly, but then softened. But it would be against tradition. No ruler can serve for more than 300 years, which pains the city now that my wife has passed, but fortuitous for your arrival. Koby blinked, not understanding. You are the Singularity. The people will naturally follow you. It is fitting for you to succeed me. You want me to be king? Said Koby, almost choking on his breakfast. You are a natural leader. No, I'm not, replied Koby. I don't know the first thing about it. Knowledge can be gained, interrupted the king. We have access to thousands of mind modules varying across all different disciplines. What is not known can be learnt. I sense some resistance. Would you not like to be king? He asked, surprised. I've been here less than 24 hours, replied Koby. Everyone here is either a fish or an urchin or a whale, and they live in the city at the bottom of the ocean. I have no idea even where to begin. You are famous. Women want you, and men want to be with you. What better ruler than one that is already loved? I see that you're already making waves in the short time you've been here. What are you talking about? It seems your arrival has already become common knowledge. The girls in the photo are awfully close to you, aren't they? Girls? Photo? Wait, said Koby. You mean on the way here? How did you know about? The king tapped the side of his head. The technology must be very primitive where you come from. What did Abe say it was? Was it a phone or something? Koby nodded. That's it. Well, everything a phone does, we do in our head. News, photos, and social media are all connected via the mind link. May I say the photo of you is gaining quite a lot of attention. Even the other coloured nations have been made aware of you. 500 million affirmations and 16 million comments and counting. That's quite a feat. 500 million? Gasped Koby. For a photo of me? He said, stunned. Whether you like royalty or not, you are royalty, said the king. The Singularity is the greatest person ever to walk Gaia. Everyone will want to be next to you, or on top of you. Koby blushed furiously. The king laughed at his reaction. You're going to have to get used to it, Koby. You are born to rule. So what do you say? Will you be my heir? He asked, with a gleam in his eyes.